Hello and welcome back to the Blitz tournament. Here we are in third place match now. So many games have gone down, only 4 players remain. Alva and Happyjo battle it out for that third place. Let's see what's going to happen. Joining me on the desk for this game is going to be Worfs. Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you for having me cast the third place game.
And yeah, we have Alvar versus Happyjo. We've seen a good taste of both players' decks now. You know, Alvar going for his traditional slow-paced style, control the game at his own pace, make his opponent suffer. Happyjo bring in, a range of spice to his lineup. Who do you think is going to take this one?
Oh, that's really hard to say. I mean, Alvar has had really consistent tournament showings, and Alvar's a good ladder player and tournament player, and I feel like, in my honest opinion, Alvar's overall the stronger player, but I feel like Happyjo has the stronger lineup. They both have very similar decks, but we see that Happyjo's decks have a little bit of a higher Faeria cost, which means it's going to be a lot more control-y, a little bit more greedy, a bit more grindy, and I'm not sure if Alvar's decks are ready to be taken to that level of grindy controlness.
It's interesting to see Happyjo taking out the green there from Alva, respecting Alvar's, well-known mono green throughout his career as a Faeria player. So Happyjo being smart there. Let's take away his best deck and try and gain an advantage here. And yeah, Alvar's going to kick things off here with an Axe Grinder, whereas Happyjo does have that Sagami Warrior or Wood Elemental to start off.
So just judging by matchup alone, Happyjo should be a little bit favored in this matchup, red against green. You can see already he's building that defensive lance, just getting ready to start grinding Alvar out of the game. Alvar getting the classic Underground Brigand gift to steal OP combo, which could allow some sort of value trades, possibly on an unprotected Sagami Warrior or the Grove Caller later on in the game.
Yeah, it's really actually relevant here that Happyjo has 2 collectors at 4 life. Making it a little bit difficult for Alva to just clean them up in one swing. It's going to take a combo removal at this point, the Ground Shaker and the Flame Burst. And to be honest, it's interesting because Happyjo is playing defensive here, which kind of benefits his land placement, but Alva also wants to do that as well. Yeah.
So it looks like they're both settled in for the long game, but Happyjo does have the Firestorm prepped, ready to go for next turn. Not sure if he's going to cast it because it still does leave up a 5/3 Brigand and Alvar can just re-establish a board. Probably going to just see the Wood Elemental and a little bit of land ramp.
Might see a trade-off here with the Sagami.
Yeah.
Just see a teleport up, get the Collector Faeria. Unfortunately, no power-up in hand, but no, just going to play it safe, take his time.
Yeah, I think because in red there's literally no buffs for your Axe Grinders. I think Happyjo's just happy to let it be part of the Firestorm collateral.
Elderwood is picked up now, so there is the option to Elderwood Embrace here, take the clear on the Axe Grinder, give the Ground Shaker something to worry about, maybe combos for removal afterwards, could take the Firestorm here and just take the teleport and cleanly trade off. No, but plays it patient.
Both players. Alvar gets his own Firestorm, which is a lot stronger. So immediately Happyjo is punished for not getting rid of that Ground Shaker because now he doesn't have a proper Ground Shaker clear. I mean, there are 2 Ground Shakers now, but even if both are played, still one off from being able to clear the Alvar's creatures.
I would have liked the Sagami Grove Caller just simply to play around that Firestorm because the Sagami Grove Caller would have had 1 life remaining.
Yeah.
Meaning the Collector would have still been there, but still playing it slow. Alva now taking a more proactive route, coming down the left-hand side, slamming that Axe Grinder. The pressure's on now. Happyjo needs to make some plays to stop Alva running away with this game.
Crackthorn Beast is a very good pickup. Could potentially Ground Shaker first and then +1 into Crackthorn Beast to kind of combo that damage. Looks like he's going to just accept the fact that probably be a 5/6, just a normal Ground Shaker. Kind of suboptimal buffs. A lot of them landed on the Wood Elemental, and still no targets for easy Ground Shaker to ping off. Alvar's just throwing his entire hand out there.
Yep, saving the removal as well, potentially just to push damage a little later. There could have been the option to Elderwood last turn.
Yeah.
But he didn't take it, which was interesting.
I think a pretty good line would have been to Ground Shaker +1 into Crackthorn just to split up the buffs a little bit better. But it looks like Happyjo has a plan. Interesting. Moves first. He gives up the Collect just to... Oh, the Baldurian's here. He gives up the Collect just so he can have the Grove Caller on the right side collecting.
Oh, so, +1 Baldurian.
Ah, the Baldurian. There's no way to counter that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Baldurian's just going to win the game from here on out.
Oh, Brigand missed a collection there on the right-hand side.
Oh, you're right.
A little unfortunate there, but I don't think Alvar's in too much of a jam here. You know, Happyjo has to respond to this Baldurian, and we're just going to see a scoop. Quick scoop from Happyjo, and Alvar taking game number 1.
Yeah, so I think Alvar played that really well. He was really patient with all of the cards in his hand. That very high impact Firestorm just won him the game. Using that one Firestorm, wiping Happyjo's board completely was, I think, the pivotal moment of that game.
Yeah, it was nice and clean. It cleared the board. There was no real response apart from the Wood Elemental, which is a bit weak in comparison to the Ground Shaker that was marching down. And it gave Alvar that opportunity to be the proactive player and play those aggressive lands. And the Baldurian, you know, closing things out. But now we have the old red mirror.
No, man. Well, Alvar's got... Both players have the Brigand Gift of Steel combo. But Alvar has the turn 1 Axe Grinder. Happyjo has the turn 3 Ground Shaker. So both very strong cards, just at different parts of the game. So we're going to have to see... Oh, Brute. That's a interesting choice. But
Brute's actually pretty good. It's got high life. You can Gift of Steel it. It's going to be durable. It's going to deal chip damage in this kind of slow, grindy matchup. This is... I like Brute here.
I was not expecting a Brute. I was like, oh, maybe he can draw like a Flame Burst or something off the... Nope, there's a Brute in his deck. So the Explore into Mountain and a fairly aggressive Brigand Gift of Steel kind of prevents Happyjo from building that aggressive land on the well. He has to kind of either step back or preemptively Gift of Steel, which is probably what we're going to see here. Make it hard for Alvar to clear.
Yep, preemptive Gift of Steel in the red mirrors, pretty good. Unless that deck's running Flower, but to be fair, you still do it. It's still a good line. You know, 9 life. It's gonna be hard to chip away.
9 times out of 10, it's just the right move. So here, Happyjo has a decision to make. He can plop down 2. He could potentially plop down 2 Brigands and just pray there's no Firestorm, or you could just put down the Brute, and if the looks like he's going for 1 Brigand. Okay, I'm not so sure about the 1 Brigand play because now he's relying on a top deck to clear out the Herald. But I do think the Herald is going into the 6/4 regardless. Yeah.
I quite liked Brute there again because it was just a bit more durable. Like a Flame Burst here is really bad, right? Now the Cypher, a bit difficult, needs a little extra. You know, like a Gift of Steel +1 damage would be nice. So probably just a retreat coming from the Brigand here and just gonna play it safe.
And the Ground Shaker to contest the Cypher. Gift of Steel is drawn. He could Alvar could potentially +1 Herald of War, Gift of Steel, and shift the Cypher back, which is probably what we're gonna see. Make it awkward for Happyjo to properly clear out the Cypher.
And the Cypher's not the biggest problem right now. We also have the problem of the 8/8 Herald in between the wells, just sitting there nice and healthy. And gonna bait out those lands there. Force a resource from the power wheel. And then a Brigand just to block.
Could be setting up for a Firestorm.
Speak of the devil.
Wow. Alvar does pick up his own Firestorm. Doesn't have the resources to cast it. Probably realizes that that Axe Grinder is not going to live very long either, so he gets rid of it. And just value trades. Cypher's Wrath. It's not enough.
Don't mind a retreat here so much. Retreat could be the option, but going for the aggressive Brute, I like it, Happyjo. Take the initiative here. Push that damage.
Gyarados and Firestorm. Alvar is not exactly prepared to deal with small dudes. I mean, he could just +1 Gyarados, contest the Brute. Happyjo can set up the Grimguard, but Firestorm just wipes away what's left of the board. Gift of Steel into... Nope, he cannot +1 into Grimguard.
Yeah, I think you just Grimguard in the back here and push that.
Yeah.
No, you just go and face. This is the line. Yeah. Happyjo's committed to it. I don't like Gift of Steel so much because you're going to just lose initiative when the Gyarados trades with it. So Grimguard just creates a bit more damage on the defensive here from this Gyarados.
Do you ever +1 Firestorm? I think you have to +1 Firestorm here. You just have to respect the damage that this burn damage can do.
Yep, +1 Firestorm.
Yep, Firestorm. It's a double-costed Flame Burst. So Happyjo, go to war.
Firestorm's very unfortunate there because it kind of eliminated Happyjo's out. Happyjo now has to go for this sad play because it's just going to get cleared, and this other Herald is just going to move slowly towards its orb. So unless Happyjo starts top decking some Flame Bursts and stuff, it's going to be pretty bleak. Yeah.
Flame Burst Cypher's Wrath comes out. Probably, I would actually move the Gyarados a bit more aggressively, probably on the Prairie Tile, but this way it does cover it does hog the Mountain Land, and it does cover the well. Looks like Happyjo's not doing so well. The Crystal Flower is drawn by Alvar, which means that whatever Happyjo drops, it's going to be not very useful.
I think the spell's the end here for Happyjo, unfortunately. It's not a lot you can do to come back. And there we go, the towel is thrown in once again. And a 2-0 lead for Alva. That experience, really paying off here and showing off, really, for Happyjo, who hasn't really been competing in tournaments as long as Alva.
Yeah, and he hasn't been playing as frequently either. He's been kind of like in and out of opens, while Alvar has been in every open. So just getting that tournament experience is clearly showing in Alvar's case.
All right, so we have the Beast deck going against Mono Red. Can the new kids on the block, like the Orphan, get a win here?
Oh, wow. Alvar's hand is just... That was an unfortunate mulligan. Turn 2 Orphan is always very, very strong.
Not bad, actually, because it does synergize with the boars quite well. So you can set up the Orphan first, and then you play the boar, and then you get that power-up, which is really nice.
I mean, Orphan with boar is just such great synergy. It discounts boar, and boar activates the Orphan Fugu's card effect. So it's just overall, like, great synergy.
See, I don't think Orphan knew he was going to get a friend like Boar in his life. I'm sure he's a little happier now. Didn't you change that? Didn't you put a little smile on there? He's got a friend now, the Ancient Boar.
Every time I look at Orphan Fugu's art, it makes me really sad.
He may be an orphan, but he has 3 Boar friends with him right now.
Yeah.
He's not doing too bad.
So, in Alvar's case, the Cypher is great. So, Happyjo, depending on whether or not this... Fugu gets removed, can really shape Happyjo's next few turns.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Okay.
He missed an opportunity there with the Flame Burst Cypher. Like, the Fugu was setting up everything. And now it's been let to rock. We can get a couple of boars down, gift the Rakoa. Happy days. He's a happy orphan now. Boom. See you later.
Scary. Now Happyjo has 2 4/5s. He's got Alvar has 2 Gift of Steals and a bunch of removal. Nothing to cast those Gift of Steals on. He's got a Axe Grinder. Places it in a place where okay, he Flame Burst. I was wondering, I was like, okay, you can just remove that.
I was expecting the Axe Grinder to go on the right there to play
same
other mobility tricks, but it looks like Alvar is very confident here. Yeah,
still trying to use that 4/3 to contest 3 4/5s. So mad props to him. He's got a lot of guts to do so. Ground Shaker on the other side. Not sure if I agree with that play.
Setting up some economy for a bit later. You just have the Crystal Flower, so we can kind of stop anything super powerful coming down. The problem is, this deck looks like a deck of value.
Yeah.
I haven't played this version yet, but I played a kind of green-blue value deck that used the Explorers when they got changed, and this looks very similar. So it's very hard to get like a lot out of Crystal Flower because they're just going to play another cheap threat like a Boar or a Mystic Beast.
Oh, Baldurian's ready for the next turn. Looks like Alva stepping in, getting ready to start clearing things out. Raccoon Recruiter. So nothing activates Ancient Boar. That does not activate Ancient Boar. That's a combo piece. So probably going to see a Frog Tosser just on the... on the Axe Grinder and for the face. Not sure if I really agree with this line though, because
I think it's not bad because it forces the Ground Shaker to move away from the well, and that's less resources your opponent's going to have. He's kind of just forcing Alvar to play his game, and I like that. I mean, being aggressive. You know, Alvar knows he can't just sit back. He needs to answer these threats that are coming down.
So double Rain of Fish is triple Rain of Fish. It's pretty scary. See how much. Okay, one does ping away the protect on Baldurian, and that's a very good to see. Unfortunately, those fish will die at the end of the turn, which means Alvar will be getting his value.
Well, that's interesting. I would have expected to clear on the 5/2, and then you just play the Rakoan on the spot for the anti-corruption.
Right.
But I feel it's just a missed opportunity to clear the Ground Shaker. Now Ground Shaker's going to go back and collect. He's done his job. He's back home.
He made a value trade. Now he's going back to set up economy for later, which is a really high value shaker here. So, I mean, Alvar doesn't have another shaker with some sort of AoE, which means these three little fish here will be double collecting on the right side for a very, very long time. Probably going to see a 3/7 octopus. Yep. Sunken Tower in hand, ready to make short work of that. Ground Shaker's... Wow, okay. Firestorm's...
Not that good.
Not that good, actually, yeah.
I mean, it kills the fish on the right? That's pretty decent at the moment because it does stop Happyjo from getting too much economy going, but it's not good value right now.
Yeah, not at all. So not going to get the steal in preparation for Firestorm. If Happyjo casts another Rain of Fish this turn, then Firestorm gets some pretty nice value.
What's our friend the octopus gonna do? That's why I'm curious. Are you gonna play Ring of Fish first and then see what things go? No,
face.
The shadow.
Probably, tosser. Yeah. Oh man, the swarm. Alvar doesn't have enough. Doesn't have the way to deal with it. Everything's just out of the AoE range. You can +1. Even after the +1, what does he really accomplish? Happyjo's still getting 2 events off of that Shadow Silk Fairy. Still has the Fugaro and the Octopus to threaten face damage.
Gift of Rakoa
should be lethal actually. Yeah, I should put out the other Rakoan, double Gift of Rakoa, and that's lethal.
There you go. Red losing to the Ring of Fish Beast deck. Falling short there, but Alvar, still a couple of decks remaining. He's used the red control, has got 2 wins. That's good. That's good rate. That's a good value in a format like this. So we're gonna see Crackthorn come down from Alvar. Might have a better time now against this blue-green.
I mean, it does have a lot more. The Crackthorn does have a lot more ways to deal with the fish and clean up tokens to make sure that Gift of the Rakoa doesn't get a whole lot of value, but the beast synergies are also extremely powerful. Happyjo's hand, not exactly the most optimal. Alvar's hand is very, very good. So we're going to see how the draws shape out the rest of the match.
Yep, little Reveler coming down, nice and efficient. Can save Sagami Warrior now to invade the wells in the double collection. We might see a split. Could be a good split opportunity. And Alva sounds like Alva's the type of guy who splits his lands, collects off his own wells and then pushes down into double collection. But we'll see what Alva gets up to.
Looks like he's nope, he's going down one side. Yeah.
Oh, this is a salamander deck as well. My favorite green-red combination at the moment.
Salamander and Crackthorn, just so much removal. So many 1 damage pings. Shifting Octopus for a 5/5 is probably optimal here, right? Though he could go for a 3/7 just to try to get the gift the Rakoas to work, but 5/5s will be played. Ancient Boar played right behind it as a support, no dash. Does have the Frog Toss and 2 gifted the Rakoas in hand. Alvar doesn't have a lot of great ways to deal with Happyjos.
I like this play from Alvar, just setting up for that Salamander.
Yep.
Maybe even lure the Octopus in and get extra value. But yeah, looking pretty good. But the Water Elemental, accelerating that Frog Tosser, and that's going to be the danger card. But if the Salamander gets down first, the power of the Frog Tosser will be minimized, you could say.
Yeah. I think Happyjo misplayed a little bit there with the land. Probably should have forested towards the right side and then Water Ellie the lake onto the well. Because a lot of his creatures are like the not jumping Fugu, the Orphan Fugu and Fugaro are blue, and now he doesn't get that double collect lake position on the right side. It's kind of awkward, but we'll see how long. We'll see if it works.
I think it's important to note here that the Rakoan's position, the Rakoan Reveler, is very smart because it's actually playing around Frog Tosser. There's nowhere for that 2/2 to spawn right now.
Yeah.
We're starting to see the classic, red-green control with the little island, the little Salamander island they build.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of creatures coming down. And, Alvar can just sit back and chill until he finds that Yakapult and then go for like a big gift of steel on that. So it's really, the ball's really in Happyjo's end of the park here. He needs to kick it down there. He needs to get something going.
Yep. Both players are, Alvar is, that's a spicy Firestorm. Well, not yet, but in conjunction with the Cypher's Wrath, it's very scary. Looks like he's just going to get the jumper out of the equation now. Shuffling his units around, getting that wall set up. Happyjo sitting on a lot of Faeria right now. Could potentially Frog Tosser the Rakoan Reveler. And then open up to Firestorm and Cypher's Wrath and get his board completely wiped. But I believe that is the best choice, is to go for the high value play. Probably +1 and then just pass.
Takes that +1. It's also important to note that Alvar's in a winning position as far as the series goes right now, so he doesn't actually have to be aggressive at all. He can actually just force Happyjo to take all the risks while he plays super defensive, which plays so well into Alvar's playstyle. This is what Alvar's good at. This kind of passive, kind of defensive play, and it's, he's achieved a lot through it in his Faeria career.
So Happyjo has very limited options here. The Ground Shaker's closing in on the right side. He's already got all 6 lands, so he definitely doesn't want to be making more. He already spent 1 turn double landing. He's got 1 second to make his moves. Looks like he's probably just going to drop 2 Fugus and just be done with it. Drops 1, runs out of time.
Yep, time is an issue. 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Alvar just sitting back, just playing a guy every now and then. Bit of removal here and there. Where Happyjo's trying to figure out this puzzle. How does he break through this?
I think that last Firestorm with the Cypher's Wrath really tilted Happyjo, because we saw from his hand movements he's looking through his cards, wondering if Octopus is the right choice. If he wants to play the Fugus, he's drawing out of desperation. He's trying to find some sort of answer, some sort of way to fight back for the board. And he's not getting anything out of it.
I really like this double neutral as well from Alva last turn, just blocking off Mystic Beast spots.
Yeah.
There it is.
The Yakapult that can't be touched.
Now, this is where things start to get really bad for Happyjo, especially when he picks up that Gift of Rakoa. That's going to be very painful.
Yeah. Moving these, possibly might move the 7/7 into double collect, maybe not, probably won't. But moving the Rune aggressively, trying to get as many procs onto Rune as possible. Fugoro could draw what? I mean, best case scenario, Happyjo just runs like 1 copy of Dream and just reduces his hand to 0, but...
Fish Frog Tosser wouldn't have been too bad, because he could have maybe got a fish proc on the Yakapult.
Yeah.
It's not very consistent, unfortunately, and it's just going to be a pass here. We do see Runin make its return.
Cypher's Wrath, along with another Firestorm, is going to completely wipe out Alvar's board. Don't think there's a way to recover from here anymore. It looks like this might be the end of the line for Happyjo.
Happyjo's sitting on a lot of Faeria, so there are definitely ways he can play defensively, but the Yakapult creates inevitability, and as soon as that Gift of Steel is picked up, it's going to be a very hard game for Happyjo to win. He can still come back, he can still defend, but for how long? That's the big question.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time at this point. Just how many resources does he need to try to get rid of that Yakapult, because that's really it. I mean, he didn't spit his hand, but personally, I would have thrown out as much as I could, like Orphan, Fugu, Shifting Octopus for 3/5 jump, because I don't think Happyjo can win just by developing such a small board.
Yeah, he needs more threats. There's no threat right now.
Yeah, there's 0 threats on the board. Even though there's a 4-2 and a 3-7, they both just get destroyed by the 7-7, and on the right side, the Octopus is about to get utterly demolished by that group of hooligans on the right side. So, board is no longer active because buff is gone. I think it's the turn you just spit your hand, like.
And this is a problem for Happyjo. He has to figure out what to do so quickly, whereas Alvar's just like, I'll draw a card, I'll kill you guys, you'll go.
Exactly.
Like, how do I work this out?
Just like, I'm panicking, I don't know what's going on. Alvar's just taking his time, just like, I am basically quad collecting every turn. I got a 2/5 range poke in your face every turn, summoning 2/2s endlessly. It's only a matter of time until you die. And there's the board clear, just getting rid of everything. That Yakapult has already gotten too much value for Happyjo to properly fight back in this game.
Oh, missed the dash. Could have dashed one forward, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, at this point. I mean, you rain a fish, and then, that's pretty much it. So looks like Alvar's... Oh, wait, no, this is best of 7. Best of 7, nice. Get to commentate on more games. I thought I was done. Okay. So I think after the after the all the decks get knocked out, they're revived, and then you get the loser gets the pick out of the revived decks.
Right. Okay. So Alvar still sticking with his guns. You know, he is the winning player, so has to stick. We're going to see if there's any adjustments from Happyjo going forward here. Just going to go back to red combat here to tackle that deck. A little faster, can get down the side of the wells much quicker using neutrals. Don't need as many mountains or as many lands, you could say. So this is probably Happyjo's best answer right now.
So we've seen in the semis and right now the third place, there's Silent Horsemaster is being played again in pretty standard red combat, which is very interesting because everyone sees Baldurian and Havoc and they're like, wow, I'm going to make a slow, grindy control deck. When in reality, you know, a standard red combat deck is completely different than the Baldurian red that everyone plays right now. And that's solely because Horsemaster is still such a good card. It's so much mobility for your otherwise very immobile red cards to be moving around the board, pushing damage. So it's really nice seeing more Horsemasters being played around. And overall, I think it's pretty strong card.
Not as useful when you decide to smoke, unfortunately. It's just going to be a body at this point. But I started using Horsemaster again in my mid-range Yak deck. I didn't originally, but then I put Horsemaster in, and it actually changed a lot. You know, it gave me a way to initiate the upper half of the board. And that's one of the things that Red has always been very good at. You know, controlling the board from afar with removal from hand. But then when you add that mobility to it, they can actually use their creatures as well.
Yeah. Ouch. Alvar's going to be taking a lot of damage.
I was going to be bleeding out. Double Ciphers could just be fine here.
Yeah, really could. Or could just put down a Horsemaster because all the Wraths were used last turn, but looks like he's going to go for the total board control. Flame Burst, Gift of Steel, Ground Shake. Well, not Ground Shake because he has no Faeria, but pretty much anything is lethal. I think Happyjo's fine. Like, okay, you know what? I can't play this slow control grindy game. I'm just going to rush you down.
Double Firestorm, the desperation. 12 Faeria to kill 1 Grimguard that costs 4.
12 Faeria deals 6 damage. It's like a reverse Havoc. So
and now you just tempo out Horsemaster, right?
Yeah, draw for Flame Burst, tempo the Horsemaster. Oh, whoa, okay. Looks like he's going for Captain or Shadim Brute for the burn next turn.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could just slam down the El Captain in the next. Well, yeah, you can get it down this turn. The Brute's probably better though. Yeah,
the Brute threatens lethal because it does have the extra bonus from the. Okay, because the Brute does threaten lethal because I had the extra. Yeah, the bonus from the. No, I don't think Happyjo recalled that. So he was like, oh, maybe Shadim Brute is 1-off, so I want the higher health body, but that's not how that works. So Silent Horsemaster is going to be lots of damage. Can Happyjo pick up a lethal? No, does not draw into lethal.
The Horsemaster is incredibly transparent at this point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have mind a Sagami Warrior blocking face, especially knowing there's Grimguards and Brutes. I mean, the chances of winning now is pretty slim anyway, but you know, at least give yourself a fighting chance.
Yeah. All right, and it looks like that 2 damage probably be enough. Bone Collector not going to be doing a whole lot. How does... There's a lot of value coming out.
Yep, just going to dash now instead. And set the Bone Collector to generate some power if things get cleared out. But 1 Flame Burst away, 1 Firestorm away from just...
Troffer, Cypher's Wrath, top deck lethal.
No,
he's just going to wipe. He's just going to wipe.
Clean.
But think about it this way. If you top deck the Cypher's Wrath, how much more, like, you know, like, style points do you get? That's like, do you want to win or do you want style points?
I think Happyjo wants to win at this point.
Yeah, I think so. You know what? I take back what I said, yeah. So I think +1 Grimguard win the game, probably. Alvar doesn't have any way to deal with the Grimguard's burn damage. And, yeah, looks like Happyjo is going to lock this one.
No Cypher's Wrath, your own Reveler? No. Feels bad. So there we go. Alva taking a loss there.
Yeah.
Happyjo coming back with the red combat. So Alva onto his next deck. What's the choice here? What do we have left? The blue-green.
Blue-green.
How's that going to match up against the mono-red combat? I like the mono-red combat's nice and clean. Nice and linear.
Yeah.
Does its thing very well. You got that extra burn with the Brutes and Grimguards added. How's it going to handle this green-blue?
I think, okay, I might be wrong, but I think Happyjo built this red combat with the thought of being able to rush with it in mind. Because otherwise you wouldn't put 3 Brutes and 3 Grimguards into a red combat deck. That's literally never played anymore. So it could be possible that he built this deck with the intention of being able to rush with it when the time comes.
Will we see a rush come down next turn for Happyjo? Just going to set up that mountain to start things off, but definitely could go back into the rush game. But I think the problem is now the beasts, they gain some power. They can be some big creatures that the Brutes may not be able to handle, unlike the red-green, which has a lot of small creatures that get powered up over time.
Yeah. Happyjo going to try to smork his way to victory again. Tyrannax and Orphan Fuku, very, very strong cards, especially against Red Rush.
Tyrannax been a beast as well.
Yeah.
I always thought he'd have the dinosaur subtype, but unfortunately he is a beast. And he does, enable all the good stuff. Hunt down's very good on him. He's a 6 attack, can kill ground shakers and lift the tail of the tail. That's awesome.
Oh, is Alvar? Not Alvar. Is Happyjo trying to set up for the Firestorm into like Wrath or something? Because I feel like that's a pretty big bait. But the Hunt Down is going to just effortlessly remove that. It's 5/5 clogging up the land. Happyjo could still Firestorm Cypher's Wrath, but he will be very behind on board.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I think the Brute's fine here, and then you can set the Firestorm next turn. So just do it that way instead.
Alvar did draw the Mystic Beast, which in this type of matchup is very, very dead card. So as of right now, I think the Deepwood Stalker plus the trade has maybe set up a Shifting Octopus best line. If Alvar sets up a Shifting Octopus for... No, he doesn't.
Now the Firestorm does eat up the board, but Happyjo hasn't got much else to do. Just going to pass it back here. And Alvar already setting up that Mystic Beast, so can go straight into Octopus Mystic Beast. And pretty much been the same situation he was before, but this time he has an aggressive creature instead.
Yeah. One Mystic Beast for offense, and looks like he's going to have the... Yep. And a Shifting Octopus for defense. 5/5. Really strong. And Happyjo's just...
fighting for his tournament life, slamming that Brute instantly. Mystic Beast going to go in. Spider-Man coming out, help the Octopus clean up that Brute.
I mean,
the damage is chipping away.
Yeah, that's a lot of burn damage.
Double Ciphers in hand, you know, that could do 9 to 6, just a few flame bursts away from lethal.
Yeah. Okay, if Happyjo double rats, next turn he taunts the... What do you call it? The Mystic Beast. Oh.
Well, Elderwood, not a great thing for Happyjo here. For Alva, it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
It depends what he wants to do. He has kind of a choice here. Does he set up an Octopus? Oh, doesn't take damage.
Oh, 7/3 Octopus. 7/3 Octopus A against red as well. Make sure that is one flame burst. Happyjo gonna +1. Wait. Okay. Well.
This is why I was a little skeptical about the 7/3 here, because now Green Guard comes down, gonna take that damage.
But there is no... Let's see, it goes down to 4. There's no wrath target.
Yep, that's true.
So even if Happyjo even if he top decks wrath, it's not enough.
The maths works out, and Alvar takes the series to go in 3rd place. We're gonna have Happyjo.
Give to steal the Octopus. Do it. Yes.
There we go. And Happyjo is going to take 4th place in our first Blitz Faeria tournament. Congratulations to both for getting so far. You know, it's a tough tournament, but it's no surprise to see these names at the top end of the tournament. You know, consistent players on ladder and in the opens. Well done to both of them.
Yeah.
So we have the grand finals coming up for you guys. It's going to be a Captain G and Sunkichi, again, 2 players who have been so consistent in the Faeria Open tournaments. But we'll get that match sorted for you right now. We'll be back very soon.